Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I want to read a statement, something that I wrote this morning. In a world where innocence should be protected, we find ourselves reflecting on the painful reality faced by children who have been abused by L. Ron Hubbard's despicable, manipulative cult. As former children ourselves, we recall the vulnerability and naivete we once possessed, lacking the knowledge and understanding to confront the gaslighting and abuse perpetuated and directed by unhinged policies of L. Ron Hubbard and all consenting adults who actively role-play and participate in applying his perverse technology that is effectively used as a fake license to circumvent the law and launder self-admitted Class A felonies that are data mined by bogus interrogations that call for self-incrimination against all Fifth Amendment rights. It is a profound tragedy that so many of our parents, seeking what they believe to be in their best interest, fell victim to the deceitful promises and extremist rhetoric woven by the self-proclaimed leader and the rest of the executives enabling such abuse. Unbeknownst to all end users, they were being scammed, and the policies of L. Ron Hubbard drove them to act against their own parental instincts, plunging them into a state of confusion and actively participating in a racketeering criminal conspiracy of systemic child abuse and exploitation of children's innocence for profit, no less. There was a chain of command. Children are the missing link. It is essential for our parents to confront the impact their abhorrent choices have had on their children's lives, as the actions and dangerous sessions they decided to fully endorse has effectively landed them at the brink of insanity at best, or willing co-conspirators fully aware with a front row seat of systemic child abuse and financial benefactors of child trafficking at worst. The need for an ethical awakening must occur at the voice of now, if only to protect well-being and the welfare of future generations. This is your first and final call to wake up. L. Ron Hubbard's insistence on unquestioning following, devoid of critical thinking, is fundamentally detrimental to all the adult choices you have made since deciding to fully endorse this unindicted runaway felon that the IRS of these United States decided to pitch as an American-bred god. Blindly adhering to someone's guidance without engaging our minds in rational analysis proves to be the worst, most perilous form of parenting, to say the very, very least. Furthermore, we find it deeply disheartening that the enablers of this abhorrent cult include a mainstream corporate media who for decades have neglected their duty to report on matters of true significance the plight of those minors are faced to endure. Yet instead, they're only interested in salacious headlines, name-dropping Tom Cruise's name anytime they want to do a so-called news segment on the hotel chain they are obsessed to pitch as a church. Children lacking advocates who can articulate their experiences are left in a vulnerable position. They are prohibited from ever stepping foot in the office of any state-sanctioned mandated reporter. Geez, we wonder why. American law enforcement agencies and the mainstream media, entrusted with managing the welfare of society and combating illegal activities and crimes against children, to be exact, have failed to take effective action to curb the monetization of abominations occurring within the walls of the Fort Harrison Hotel and other hotel chains these people own, where children are actively being trafficked and literally abused, where patrons of such hotels are allowed to pay for blocks of hours to have a minor audit them. The guys with the guns are all effectively aiding and abetting this child abuse-ridden hotel chain. We demand change. We insist that those responsible for upholding the law and safeguarding society finally do their jobs. What is it going to take? Should the children that were enslaved be forced to pay more taxes to subsidize y'all's salaries so you can actually begin to care? Why in the world are all law enforcement agencies in America effectively been castrated? How can this be the reality all enslaved kids of this hotel chain have to face here in the year 2023? Same shit, different air freshener. The time to have stopped L. Ron Hubbard's madness was nearly 3/4 of a century ago. However, the next best time to take action is right now. But apparently, the only time the DOJ is willing to intervene and indict is when they are inconvenienced themselves by literally being infiltrated by our own child abusers. For that little inconvenience that is on the public record in full, they were all about enforcing the laws. The kids that have no guns or intellect to defend themselves, who the hell cares, right? Back to life, back to reality. Granted, is all done for vanity, not humanity. How pathetic can anyone possibly be to learn about horrific Class A felonies perpetrated on minors and decide, at least they're not stealing documents inside our offices anymore? This is a plea for justice, as a poignant reminder of the urgency to address these issues. As long as children are involved, there is no excuse for everyone to play dumb or continue to sleep at the wheel. How dare you do that when no child inside that hotel has a voice or an advocate? Their own parents were turned against them. Their own parents endorsed the abuse. It is time to stop playing dumb, America. We could not be any more serious.